I'm going to show you how I root rose cuttings in AKADAMA soil. Come along. Hi, I'm Jane. I love to garden. I'm going to show you real quick how to take rose cuttings and put them in AKADAMA soil. And I've had so much success, it's been so fun. Come along. Okay, this rose bush right here is a sentimental. I am going to get in there. The ones that I want to take are the ones that have already flowered. This is their second flush. See, there's one. Let's go to the shade a little more. That's a little guy, but it can still work. This thick one back here, this one's a little thicker. Okay, let me get my clippers and I'll show you. Here's a better example, and it's in the shade. So the rose has already flowered. Okay. These two are awesome. This one is awesome. On this side, I have AKADAMA soil that I've put in a cup, and I have about a ½ inch of water at the bottom of it. Okay, we're going to take these little cuttings, we're going to put them, I have Clonex hormone, so we're going to cover those nodes. So I like to put some at the bottom, okay, and then I've learned just recently to paint the second node up. So let me get a little closer so you guys can see what I'm doing. There's another node right there. So I'm going to put both of those nodes in the soil here. So I'm going to push it down. Both of those nodes are going to be covered. This guy is really short, so he barely goes. Okay, let's do some more. All right, this one I'm only going to do the bottom node because the next node is way too far up. Okay, but I'm going to do the same thing. So let me come closer with this guy. Okay, can you guys see it only goes to about there? We don't want to go very deep. We want a good amount at the bottom. Look real close, there's a node there because it bumps. Hopefully you can see that. See that bump? That's a node. And if you turn it the other direction, there's a node there. I'm going to want both of these nodes under, but I do not want it to go all the way to the bottom. So the first node, I'm just going to go like that. The second node, I'm going to use and paint right there. There's my second node. Then when I go to put it in, I'm going to go down to there, but I'm not going to go any more than this because I want the roots to go down. That is only going to there. Okay? You don't want it all the way to the bottom. If you put it to the bottom, it's going to rot down here. Okay, I took some rose cuttings from my own yard, and yes, all of these ones have a heel, but you don't need to do that. I've just noticed it's kind of helps with the rooting hormone that's actually natural in the rose bush. If you have any better way to explain that, put it down in the comments. But then you go in the backyard and you prepare these and you stick them in AKADAMA soil. So I cut this off so I could show you what a heel looks like. Here's the main stem. All I mean by heel is that it connects to that stem, and this part right here has a lot of natural cells and rooting. It wants to root right there. So this cutting I could do right like that. The thorns and dip it in rooting hormone. But look how many nodes are from this heel. We got a heel, node, node. You could dump all of that in rooting hormone and you would have 3 times the chance to get it to root there. Thorns are gone. Now I'm going to do, look at this. You're going to do that. And then if you don't want it to go from here to here with rooting hormone, you could just take your paintbrush and paint on the nodes. There's a node right there. There's a node right there. There's a node right there. See, there's 3 nodes right in a row. Hope you guys can see that. Right there, right there, right there, and the heel. So all that, we're going to go up to about there in the rooting hormone. Push it in. Don't push too far down. So that one's going to about there again. It's only going to about there. Hopefully you can see that. So in this cutting, can you see the node right there? 1 node. Look how far up the next node is. Way up here. That much space between the next node. When you do the heel, let me see if I can find another heel. Right here. All together. So we're going to see if this one makes me a liar. This one didn't work as well. This cutting is from a heel again. We're going to count the nodes from the heel. So you've got the heel that can cause rooting, and you've got 1 node there. Let's flip it over. 2 nodes, flip it over. 3 nodes, 4. 4 nodes within that much space. And then not very far up, 5 nodes. So 5 nodes within that much space. I might have miscounted and added, no, it looks like 5. 5 nodes within that much space. So yeah, that's going to have a better chance to root that cutting for you. I have not had any success using the AKADAMA soil outside yet, but I will continue to keep trying. My best setup has been indoors, under grow lights, in a little corner. I do have some heat mats on the one side. That was for starting seeds, but let's go inside and look at the soil temperature and the differences. My indoor setup is where I've had more success. It's just nice. So what I have here is I have this corner in my garage. I do have a grow light right there. And then I have to keep coming in here and making sure that I have a good amount of water in there. Like that one, I could probably put a little bit more in there. Do they all work? No. But I've had a lot of success with this way of doing it. This little corner is my setup for propagating roses. Really simple. These grow lights. So I've got 1, 2, 3 grow lights in the same spot. I do have a heat mat under this one. So let's see. These are the ones that have rooted and up potted. There is a heat mat under those, but there's not a heat mat under these, and they root too. I use Clone X. These are the ones that I've used coarse vermiculite, but I'm going to stop using coarse vermiculite because it just doesn't work as well. All the rest of them are AKADAMA soil. Inside, let's get my soil thermometer out and see the difference. I also have a south-facing window, so these ones over here are getting more sunlight, obviously, and the ones in the corner are not. But they've all been working. All right, let's move it to the ones in the back. Let's move it to that one where it kind of has a light right above it and it has water, and we'll come back in a minute. Oh, look, can you see the temperature? It says 77. But I have had a little bit of success with coarse vermiculite, but not enough that I would switch over. I love AKADAMA soil, and it has been such a game changer that I won't go back. That's the one I'm going to use now. And if I'm having success inside, then why do it outside? Because it's a science experiment. I want to see what works. Is that the same one? This one's working too. Oh, they're all rooted. Oh my gosh. I hope you enjoyed that video of me teaching you how to use AKADAMA soil to root rose cuttings. You guys, it works. It is so much fun, and it's been a game changer for me. If you only take away one thing from this video, do not put your cuttings to the very bottom of the cup or they will rot. And one more thing is don't let the water dry out. Bye.